If you're a luxury buyer seriously looking at South Florida, there are really three different markets: Miami, Palm Beach, and Fort Lauderdale. And the buyers that I work with that have really done real research for these three areas all come to the same conclusion. Fort Lauderdale wins on value, wins on waterfront access, and delivers a lifestyle that the other two markets charge a premium to have. In this video, we're doing the three-way comparison serious South Florida buyers need to make: Miami, Palm Beach, and Fort Lauderdale, across lifestyle, price per square foot, waterfront access, community, and which buyer belongs in each one. This is not a Fort Lauderdale sales pitch. It's the honest comparison I give buyers making one of the biggest decisions of their lives. My name is Steve McAleer. I've been selling real estate in Fort Lauderdale for 20 years, completed over 600 transactions, and I work with The Agency, one of the premier luxury brokerages in the country, with offices across all three of these markets. Because my brokerage covers Miami, Palm Beach, and Fort Lauderdale, I can have this conversation with more objectivity than a purely local agent. I know what each market delivers and what it doesn't. The wrong choice between these three areas is an expensive mistake that takes years to undo. Let's do this comparison the right way. Before we compare price points and square footage, I want to establish something even more fundamental. Miami, Palm Beach, and Fort Lauderdale are not three versions of the same thing at different price points. They are totally different cities with different identities. And the comparison only makes sense once you understand what each one is. Miami is a global city, the financial capital of Latin America, a world-class art and culture destination, and an international business hub with an energy that has more in common with New York or London than the rest of Florida. The nightlife, the design culture, the restaurant scene at the top end, Miami delivers these at a level neither Fort Lauderdale nor Palm Beach matches. What Miami also delivers is traffic, density, complexity, and a cost of entry that has jumped dramatically over the past 5 years. Palm Beach is something else entirely, one of the most concentrated collections of old American wealth in the country. Worth Avenue, the Breakers, the Everglades Club, the Bath and Tennis Club. Palm Beach runs on a social infrastructure that has been in place for over a century, with its own rules and its own sense of who belongs. Quiet, manicured, private, and expensive in a way that reflects deliberate exclusivity, not just market forces. Fort Lauderdale is a water city at human scale, sophisticated and international, but without Miami's intensity or Palm Beach's exclusivity. 165 miles of navigable waterways, ocean-access canals from residential neighborhoods, the world's largest in-water boat show, accessible without being ordinary, cosmopolitan without being overwhelming. Now, let's talk about what your money actually does in each of these three markets, because the price per square foot in each of the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach markets is a conversation you definitely need to have. In Miami's premium neighborhoods, Coconut Grove Waterfront, Coral Gables, Miami Beach single family, you're paying $1,000 to $1,200 per square foot. In the ultra premium tier, Indian Creek Island, the best of Miami Beach, prices go well beyond that. Miami's price appreciation over the past 5 years has been among the most aggressive of any major market in the country. In Palm Beach, the island itself, you're paying $3,000 to $6,000 per square foot or more for the best product. Worth Avenue corridor estates, oceanfront historic Meisner-designed properties, some of the highest residential price points in the country. West Palm Beach across the bridge is more accessible, but the experience is different from the island in ways that matter to Palm Beach buyers. In Fort Lauderdale's premium waterfront neighborhoods, like Las Olas Isles, Harbor Beach, Rio Vista, top luxury product trades at $800 to $1,500 per square foot. At $3 to $5 million, Fort Lauderdale delivers a significantly larger home on deepwater ocean access frontage than the same budget buys in Miami or Palm Beach. More house, more water, more dock, more square footage per dollar, in a city with excellent lifestyle infrastructure. This is the comparison that matters the most for the buyer that came to South Florida for the water, and it's the one where Fort Lauderdale's advantage is most clear. Miami has waterfront, Biscayne Bay, the Miami River, the canals of Coral Gables and Coconut Grove, but genuine deepwater single family with ocean access and a private dock in Miami's best neighborhoods starts above $5 million and frequently above $10 million. The entry point to real waterfront lifestyle in Miami has moved out of range for most buyers who are comparing it to alternatives. Palm Beach's oceanfront is among the most expensive residential real estate in the world, $20 to $50 million and above for the significant estates. Intracoastal frontage on the island is more accessible, but still carries the full Palm Beach premium. West Palm Beach offers more moderate pricing, but you're not on the island and the experience reflects that. Fort Lauderdale has 165 miles of navigable waterways. The canal system is not a secondary feature, it is the market. Las Olas Isles alone has dozens of finger isle lots with deepwater ocean access frontage. Harbor Beach offers gated private deepwater estates. Rio Vista puts you on the New River and the Intracoastal. Coral Ridge, Lauderdale Isles, waterfront inventory at the $1.5 to $5 million range is deeper, more varied, and more accessible than anything Miami or Palm Beach offers at comparable price points. If waterfront living and boating are the core of what you're building, Fort Lauderdale is not a compromise. For most buyers at most budget levels, it is the superior choice. And by the way, if you're truly considering moving to Fort Lauderdale, I've put a great resource together for you. It's called the Fort Lauderdale Homebuyer Guide. Inside, it includes information about neighborhoods and price points, what to buy and what to consider, and how to move here without second-guessing yourself. It's completely free, and the link is in the description below. Beyond the numbers, the lifestyle comparison for each of these three areas is where the true decision is made. And it comes down to what you actually want your daily life to look like. Daily life in Miami at the luxury level is urban and social in a way the other two markets don't replicate. The Design District, Wynwood, Brickell, Coconut Grove, Miami has activated street life that's world-class. The restaurant scene is as good as anywhere in the country. Art Basel, the galleries, the collector community, internationally significant. If you want cultural density, Miami delivers it at a level Fort Lauderdale and Palm Beach simply don't match. Daily life in Palm Beach is private and structured around institutions that have been in place for decades. The Everglades Club, Bath and Tennis, the Sailfish. The clubs are the social infrastructure. Worth Avenue is the retail corridor. The Breakers is the resort anchor. Life on the island operates at a pace deliberately removed from the outside world. That remove is exactly what residents are paying for, and it's both the greatest asset and the greatest limitation, depending on who you are. Daily life in Fort Lauderdale is organized around the water and outdoors in a way neither Miami nor Palm Beach replicates. Morning coffee on the dock, the boat on Saturday, dinner on Las Olas Thursday evening, beach on a Tuesday because you feel like it. Active, outdoor, connected to the natural environment at a level that a Miami high-rise or a Palm Beach estate don't offer with the same ease. The pace is slower than Miami and more open than Palm Beach. For buyers who want to actually live outdoors rather than look at the outdoors, Fort Lauderdale is usually where the desire finds its best expression. The community question matters more than where most real estate content acknowledges. And across these three markets, the community differences are significant. Miami's community is genuinely international and diverse. The Latin American business community is dominant and influential, with significant Venezuelan, Colombian, Brazilian, Argentinian, and Cuban populations shaping the culture at every level, plus a large and growing Northeast transplant community. If you want a cosmopolitan, internationally flavored community, Miami delivers it more fully than anywhere else in Florida. Palm Beach's community is one of the most concentrated expressions of generational American wealth in the country. The social world is shaped by families who have been coming for decades, club memberships that structure access, and a culture that values discretion and tradition. New money is welcome in Palm Beach, but it takes time to find its footing. For buyers who want that world, Palm Beach is irreplaceable. For buyers who find it closed, it can feel isolating. Fort Lauderdale's community is a genuine mix. Longtime South Florida families, Northeast transplants, an international marine industry community, and a significant Latin American population. The LGBTQ+ community centered in Wilton Manors has been part of Fort Lauderdale's identity for decades. Younger median age than Palm Beach, more diverse than the western suburbs, a community of people who chose Fort Lauderdale for the lifestyle, which creates a shared orientation that makes social integration relatively natural for buyers arriving at the same values. After 20 years and hundreds of conversations I've had with buyers, here's the framework that I give them to make this decision. Choose Miami if you want the most urban, culturally dense, internationally flavored version of South Florida. Your life is centered in Miami or deeply connected to Latin America. You prioritize restaurants, nightlife, and cultural institutions above outdoor lifestyle and water access. You're comfortable with a higher cost of entry and more intense daily energy. Choose Palm Beach if you are drawn to an established social world that values discretion, tradition, and institutional membership. You want the most private, most manicured luxury environment in South Florida. Historic architecture and the island's specific aesthetic matters to you. You are patient with the social infrastructure and willing to invest in it over time. Choose Fort Lauderdale if waterfront access and boating are central to the lifestyle you're building. You want a sophisticated city at a human scale without Miami's intensity or Palm Beach's exclusivity. Your budget goes dramatically further here than in the other two markets. You want to actually be on the water daily, not looking at it from a building. Or you want South Florida's best lifestyle infrastructure at a price point that leaves room to enjoy what you bought. The one thing I tell every buyer who asks me this question is this: come see all three before you decide, not a weekend trip. Intentional time in each market, in the neighborhoods you'd actually live in, at the pace you'd actually live at. The city that's right for you will feel obviously right once you're actually in it. The mistake is committing to one without genuinely experiencing the others. So if you're seriously considering moving to South Florida and would like my help, all of my contact details are below.